When a baby is born, we look at her with great hope, full of aspirations. What will her future hold, and how can I do a good job raising her? How you answer those questions depends on your underlying beliefs about education, human beings, and the world. If you think she's like a blank slate, ready to be filled with knowledge by you and to be taught correct behaviors, you may hold a behaviorist view based largely on the work of Skinner. If you think she's like a computer, innately equipped with a hard drive for all her future cognitive development, you may hold a cognitivist view based largely on the work of Piaget. If you think she's like a tree in the forest, an integral part of an interconnected ecosystem of humanity and the world, you may hold a social constructivist view based largely on the work of Vygotsky. The main focus in a behaviorist approach to education, human beings, and the world is behavior. Controlling behavior through positive and negative reinforcement underlies this perspective. Some practical examples of this are star charts and timeout. The main focus in a cognitivist approach to education is intelligence. Providing the right environment for children to cognitively develop is of key importance. Some practical examples of this are providing materials and activities appropriate to a child's developmental stage, or by dividing children into groups by developmental stage. The main focus in a social constructivist approach to education, human beings, and the world is action. People create the world. It doesn't just exist as it is, and we can transform it. A practical example of this is working together to address real-world issues, utilizing knowledge as a tool for transforming the world and ourselves. From a behaviorist view, educators and those in positions of power are transmitters of knowledge and reinforcers of correct behaviors that they've established, while children are those without significant power are the passive receivers of knowledge and reinforcement. From a cognitivist view, educators are observers, responsible for promoting situations where children search to find their own answers, while children are active in the process, responsible for their own learning. From a social constructivist view, educators are mediators and co-collaborators in the process of producing knowledge, while children are active and co-responsible for their own and others' learning process. From a behaviorist standpoint, human beings should all behave the same way, according to universal standards of behavior. From a cognitivist standpoint, human beings are all different, and each individual's difference should be respected. From a social constructivist standpoint, human beings are all different, and those differences are opportunities for our collective growth as contributors to the totality of humanity. Knowledge, in the behaviorist conception, is like a gift, ready-made to be given and received, transmitted from one to another. Knowledge, in the cognitivist conception, is something to be investigated, discovered, and individually constructed according to the cognitive developmental stage of the child. Knowledge in the social constructivist conception is something collaboratively and creatively produced by critically analyzing differences amongst historically accumulated knowledge across cultures. The behaviorist view of learning is that it's driven by positive and negative reinforcement and the transmission of certain knowledge deemed correct. The cognitivist view of learning is that the developmental stage of the child dictates or leads the learning such that children can't learn what they're not cognitively ready for. A social constructivist view of learning is that human development is led by learning, an inversion of the cognitivist view, such that learning should push development in what is commonly referred to as the zone of proximal development. Whatever we decide about raising our own children or educating children in general, we must question our actions in relation to these dominant theories, behaviorism, cognitivism, and social constructivism, to be truly coherent and consistent in education and our role as human beings in the world.